I know you are waiting for the DVLOTTERY results, and the results are coming out in a few days to come. And to be exact, the results will be out on May 8, 2021. That will be on Saturday. And the results will be for those who applied what we call the DV 2022. The bigger question people want to know, if I go to check the results and I find out that I have won the DVLOTTERY, what are the next steps? What should I do? Is there anything I have to wait again from the US government, or to be exactly Kentucky Consular Center, KCC? Or should I go to the US Embassy and ask them to give me the visa to come to America? Or should I start selling my farm and other assets and then get the money and get you ready to come to America? Or should I just now let me start doing a big celebration, let it eat me pilau or eat jollof, something like that, and just start celebrating, waiting for me to come to America? What exactly are the next steps? What are you expected to do once you find out you have applied for the DVLOTTERY, and the DVLOTTERY results are coming out in a few days to come on May 8, on Saturday, May 8. You check the results you have won. What should you do? What next? What are the next processes? It might look easier for others, especially maybe those who have applied many times. But if you haven't won the DVLOTTERY, sometimes it's becoming difficult to understand these steps. So it's better for me to make a video, break down these steps, so that the day you go and win, you know what you expect to do. That would be number one. But also not to be into the hands of the scammers. They know that you have won and they tell you, okay, send me the money on this Western Union number or through this bank wire. That means you are going to America. We are processing for you everything here in America. You are going to win. So I want to make sure that you understand the next steps to follow. Today I'm wearing my glasses. For those who do not know, I have some eye problems, and I've been having even difficulty when I'm recording. I cannot see that far myself, so I have two pairs of the glasses. This is one, the one which I use like for those like sport. You can go with this one, going running and do any other thing. So I use this one, and sometimes I use the other pair of the glasses. So like this is the other type of glasses I have. So kind of that. So I have two pairs of the glasses. So for instance, like now when I'm talking like this way, I cannot see myself on the screen where I'm doing this one. So I decided, okay, to be in a very good way, let me wear my glasses, and that means I can be in a position to see and do. So welcome everyone. For those who are brand new for my YouTube channel, you are in the right place. You are at the EBM Scholars YouTube channel, the channel where we gives a lot of information about immigration, but also the information about how you can be able to start your life and succeed in these different countries you are going to start your new life. But also for those who want to write a book, we usually give information about how you can start writing your books and put them on Amazon. Those who are looking for education opportunities, especially scholarship, this is the center where you can be getting all those kind of information. But overall, we talk about how you can be able to succeed, how can you be able to do better things on this planet Earth. So consider subscribing my YouTube channel, and thank you for being part of the EBM Scholars. So let's go straight back to the main question of the results. You applied in October for what we call the following year, which is DV 2022 for this particular case. When you applied, you were expecting the results, and the time for the results are here. When you go to check the results, you will find the following types of results. Two types of results you'll be able to find. Number one is either you have won the DVLOTTERY or you haven't won the DVLOTTERY, the second type of result. But they don't use the word won or win. They don't use that one. They use the word select. You have been selected or you have not been selected. So, if you have not been selected, I will talk about that in another video. But number one thing you need to know, whether you check the results on May 8, May 10, June 1st, July, August, December, the results don't change. Results remain the same. If you have won, you have won. If you haven't, don't expect if after 5 days, the results will change. There is no what is called the second selection. There is no such a thing. Because I know sometimes on internet, there is no, how many times should I check? Is there any second selection? And there are some conspiracy. Someone is posting, I checked it the first time, I didn't win. And I come to check another time, I found I've won. No, that's not true. Maybe in 2010, but nowadays they selected so many people. For instance, in the DV 2021, they selected 133,000 winners. And the visas at the moment is 55,000 visas. So, let me give first of all, you check the results, you'll find out you have not been selected. Your entry, and it will be in the bolded words, has not been selected. Meaning, if your entry hasn't been selected, then nothing can do. You haven't won the DV lottery. And if it says your entry has been selected, then there will be a PDF letter. That is what we call the first notification letter of winning the DV lottery. Because the second notification, or the second notification letter, second NL, is the letter you are told the day of the interview. So, the first notification letter, it reads as follows. I want to read for you so that you can understand what does that say, and I'm going to interpret some of these important things. So I'm taking off my glasses because when I'm reading, I can see closer things, I cannot see far away things. So it will say as follows. It will give you the PO box, wherever you are, those kind of things, and it will put your name. Dear Ernest, or dear so-and-so. You are among those randomly selected for further processing in the diversity immigrant visa program for the fiscal year. It will say 2022, and it will put the year in bolded words, the date of the starting of the DV lottery, which was October, that particular date up to that November. Selection, listen very carefully. Selection does not guarantee that you will receive a visa. Why? Because the number of applicants selected is greater than the number of visas available. Please return this letter and take it with you to the visa interview. The second paragraph, I'll come back to that one. Approximately on this year, this letter I'm reading was DV 20 in the DV 2012. Approximately, that in 2012, approximately 100,000 win individuals were registered for further processing. That means they were selected, they're the winners. Therefore, it is important that you carefully follow instruction to increase your chances of possible visa assurance. We'll talk about what are the ways you can increase those chances. You must visit the Department of State website. They put that word vselectee.state.gov, where you'll find instructions for for completing the required processing steps, which I'm going to explain what are these processing steps. Please be advised that your case may not be scheduled for the interview appointment until visa number is available. You will only be contacted by the Kentucky Consular Center when your visa appointment is scheduled. Be aware of these scammers. It should be necessary to contact the Kentucky Consular Center. If it should be necessary to contact the Kentucky Consular Center, you must always refer to your name, your case number, as they appear below. They put the case number. Your case number should be clearly written in the upper right-hand corner of all documents and correspondences sent to the Kentucky Consular Center. And they put there the email to contact the Kentucky Consular Center. What does that mean in that letter? What are the key things? Number one, let's start with number one. The number of people, the number of selectees, the number of winners is higher than the number of visas, which is the maximum number of visas which are supposed to be given. Currently, the number of visas The law hasn't changed. So don't ask me when is the 80,000 visas are going to be done. Up to now, it hasn't, the proposal hasn't been in the floor of the Congress. It is in the Judiciary Committee on that. If you want more details, I'll put the email, the link of the details I explained about the status of the increasing of the visas from 55 to 80,000. So up to now, we are still talking about 55,000. So the number of winners is higher. That's number one. So they say, they say clearly, they say selection does not guarantee you receive the letter, you receive the visa, because the winners is high, the number of winners is higher. That's number one. But also, follow the steps to find out how you can be able to increase your chance. But you have won. How do you increase your chances? So these are the steps. The step number one, you check the results, you have won. If you go to check the results, they will give you the case number. You use the confirmation number to check the results. Now you have won. In the DV lottery letter, the first notification letter of winning, they will give you the case number. For instance, this person case number was AF 6,070 or whatever, 70 something. So you have to have a case number. The case number will start with the year of the DV lottery. 2022 is the DV year which you are waiting for the results. For those who have already won DV 2021, it will say DV 20. It will say 2021. If you are from Asia, it will say AS. If you are from Europe, it will say EU. If you're from Africa, it will say AF. If you're from Oceania, it will be OC and the like. So it will be something like that. So to be 2022 AF 00, then a certain number. It can be less than 1,000, can be 10,000, 50,000, 60,000, 70,000, depending on the number. So the first important information to look is the case number. What is the case number? Excuse me, I'm still sick. So is the case number higher or lower case number? If your case number, if for instance you are from Africa, your case number is less than 55,000, you are having a high chance of being interviewed. Forget about this DV 2021 where we have an unusual year of number of months no interview for the DV lottery. So, but in a normal way, up to 55,000, you'll be having a guarantee of having interview. Apart when the number is going higher, it depends of how many people have, maybe they didn't check the results, or they check the results, they won the DV lottery, and then they didn't process. Maybe they see they didn't have the host, or they didn't have something, they didn't continue, or they didn't have enough money, they didn't go for the interview. So there are all those kind of things people don't process. And there are those group of people who are going to be denied the visa. That's why they write to you here, follow the steps so that you can increase your chance of winning or of getting the visa. Because just by winning is not a guarantee. There are so many people are going to be denied the visa. And I'm going to make a separate video to explain to you 5 to 8 reasons why you'll be denied the visa despite of winning. I'll go to that in a separate video. But in this video, I want to give you the steps. So you have checked the results. You have won. Go and look at the case number so that you can know. The case number will be able to determine when you will be able to be interviewed. Let's say if your number is less than 2,000 from Africa, you know for sure your interview will be in October. If your number is above this number, will be in November, December, January. So you can be able to predict. And they tell you the selection does not mean you are going to be given the visa. The interpretation, if I have to tell you, is this way. Don't start making jollof. Don't start eating pilau. Don't start doing crazy things, celebration that you have won. I'm going to America right now. No, you are not going right now. The case number will be able to determine, first of all, if you will ever be reached your number to be interviewed. That's number one. But even if your case number is very small, It doesn't matter. Yes, it can predict to you. We can be able to tell you, okay, how it is your interview will be in October. How it is your interview will be in January. How it looks like your interview will be in March. That means there are certain things you need to do. So you are supposed to go and fill the DS 260. DS stands for Department of State. So it's a form. Diversity, it's a immigrant visa form. There is immigrant visa and non-immigrant visa. Non-immigrant visa is any visa which is a temporary visa. The visa which you come to America to stay on the temporary and then you come back to your home country. Like a student, a tourist visa, come for a conference, you are coming for research, you are coming for H1 work, all those kind of things is a temporary visa. And the immigrant visa is a permanent resident card given to you. So those who are going for immigrant visa, getting the green card, are filling the Department of State form number 260. So you fill that form. But if you are outside of you are inside the United States, we'll talk other video. What are the steps we call adjustment of status you process while you are inside the United States? But then let's go. You are supposed to fill the DSC 260. In filling of the DSC 260, these important information are very important. Number one, don't rush to fill the form. Don't rush to complete the form. You check the results today. You have won. Don't fill the form entire day and finish and submit it right away. Don't do that. Take your time. Fill the form. You can sign out. When you come to sign in, the form is saved. You'll be able to continue where you left off. Don't rush, because once you rush, you are not going to complete correctly. In that form, these 3 to 4 items are very important. They will be able to determine whether we'll be able to be given the visa or not. Number one, you are supposed to have the address where you'll be able to stay in America. That's why we say, oh, how can I get the host? On the description of this video, or at the end of this video, we see on the screen here, I'll put the link about how to get a good host in America. I notice it's very important. Remember, the host is not a sponsor. I want to make you sure you understand that. Is a host. It's just the address, a residential address where you'll be staying in America. That's what is written there. So don't ask the person, can you be my sponsor? Green card by diversity visa or by green card by lottery is not a sponsored or sponsorship visa program. The US government is the one sponsoring you, is giving you the green card. But if, let's say, I'm an American citizen, I marry a non-American, I'm going to sponsor. That is a sponsorship. If I file for my mother, that is a sponsorship. I'm sponsoring because I'm a US citizen. So in this case, the government is the one giving you, so the government is sponsoring you. So if there is no sponsorship, there is no financial support, there is no public charge. No longer those kind of things, all those are not needed. So make sure you have the address where you'll be able to stay in America. Without that address, the form is incomplete. You cannot get it. So go and watch that video, how to get the host, and what are the things you need to know. That's number one. Number two, in the DSC 260, your education is very, very important. Because at this point is where your qualification will be able to determine. When you go to the visa interview, at the visa interview, they are looking is whether you are the one who won by showing you the letter, by giving the DSC 260, filling the DSC 260 and show the passport, all those kind of things. But they have to find out, are you the one who applied and are you the one who is the winner? Then after that, do you meet education or you are using work experience? So you, on this particular sense, on the DVLOTTERY, during the application, you just say, I have high school. You say, I have a degree. I have this kind of things. They are not going to check your results. They don't care about the results. This is not a merit-based immigration. They want you to have high school minimum. So whether you have all F or all A's doesn't matter. You need to have high school. So here you'll put your education level. You will start with the highest level. So if you have PhD, you will start PhD. You'll come masters, you'll come bachelor degree, and you'll come to high school. You put all your education above high school and above. So put your highest level going down. That's what is supposed to be done. You'll put the name of the school, the year you studied, the address of the school. That's how it's supposed to be. So don't rush. Then there is a work experience. This is very critical. Whether you have masters already or PhD, you still required to put a work experience. And those who don't have high school, you are using education, you have to be very, very careful, because if I have a bachelor degree, even if I put one work experience, I still qualify. If I have master's degree, even if I have just one work experience for 6 months, I'm okay, I'm good. But if you don't have high school and above, you need to put all work experience in a very good way. I have a video explained about like a resume, how you can be able to put it in a very nice way. Meaning, put any work experience, whether you were paid, whether you do work for free in an internship, or it is just work experience through volunteering. Make sure you put all those work experience. They want at least work experience in the past 5 years. They need 2 years in the last 5 years. So put work experience. Whether you'll be going to support youth, whether you are being in for free on your free time every week, you are going to do in the orphanage center, you are going to support them. Make sure that you are going to put those kind of information there. Remember, those information, those evidences, you'll use them when you go to the interview. I will come on the interview, the documents. So those are the things you need to do. So make sure that you have the host, you have a very good education, put in a proper way, you have a work experience you are arranging in a chronological order. Whether it is a paid work experience, whether it's unpaid, they don't care how much money you are getting paid. What they want is you got experience. You have a YouTube, that is a work experience. A content creator, put your content creator. I have so many friends like Epstein in Dubai. You are the DVLOTTERY winner. Being a YouTuber is a work experience. Whether you are monetized, whether you are not monetized. Being a blogger is a work experience. So all those kind of things, you need to put them there. After that, what next? The other important thing, the fourth one in the DSC 260 is the number of children and marital status. Let's say you applied as a single, but after the results, or after maybe in December last year, you got married, or in March this year, you got married. You are allowed to add your spouse. And you'll come together. There is no problem. But what if you win today, results are out on when the day you check the results, and you want to get married, you are allowed to do that. As long as the marriage is a genuine marriage, a bona fide marriage, you'll be able to prove that the marriage was not based on green card, that someone paid you so that you can assume you get married, you can come together. No, it's because you are real husband and wife. If you prove that, there is no problem. So that is something else you need to know. You can be married. Also, if you have children, as long as they are under the age of 21 and unmarried, you put them there. Even if, let's say, on the age of 20, the day you applied, the child was 20. In March is 21. So it's above the age of, is not under the age of 21. But because the day of application, the child was under the age of 21, will be allowed to process and come with that particular child. I have the video. I have explained the instruction number 14 and 15. If you are not married, if you are married before, you have the marriage certificate and everything, and then you show, I mean, you upload, you say single, you go to the interview with your wife, they deny you the visa. If you say you don't have children, and you show up, you say you have children on the DSC 260, you are going to be denied. So those are the things you need to understand. So that is another. What are the next step to fill the DSC 260? But in order to fill the form DSC 260, those are the important things you need to know. So the biggest thing is the DSC 260. Fill very properly. Don't rush. But if you made a mistake or something changes, maybe one of the person who was supposed to come with that person, maybe was sick, got sick, and die. You cannot come with that person, you can change. Or you have already submitted and you want to make changes, maybe you got married. Or you completed now your bachelor degree. You want to update. You can send email to KCC, Kentucky Consular Center, and ask them to change or to unlock. Because once you submit, it's gone. You cannot make any change. So that you can ask them to unlock. Then you can make any particular change. So I can read a few things here. They say as follows. So once you submit the DSC 260, you are done. Your process is done. You just wait for Kentucky Consular Center, KCC, to email you. They will, depending on the case numbers I've been saying, they will email you and ask you to send certain documents. They will request the documents. The documents they request will be birth certificate. They will request your passport page. The passport is the one with your name, whatever passport number, or those kind of things. Also, they will need the police clearance record. Any country you have lived in for 6 months and above after the age of 16, you must have the police record. So you need to have that one. And also you need to have, if you are married, marriage certificate. Marriage certificate from the government. Must have that one. If you have been to the prison, that documentation, all those kind of things. So those they need it from. Those are to send for KCC. KCC, they are not requesting for the education. They are not requesting for work experience. They are not requesting your medical. So then the next step after them asking the documentation, they will ask you. Later they will send you the second notification letter. So depending on the visa bulletin, when your visa is available, when it is current for you to be going for the interview, they will send you the second notification letter through email, and also can go to DSC 260 and sign in, and you can be able to be told when is your interview. When you have the interview date, that is when you are going to do the medical. That is when you prepare all the documentation, like the school certificates. If you said you have bachelor degree, you have high school, you have masters, you have PhD, all the original certificates, you must go with them during the visa interview. You said you have work experience, you worked from this organization. If you have what we call the employment contract, the offer letter, you have the letter from the employer or supervisor say this and so is our employee, has been working here from this day to this day, up to now I'm his supervisor or I'm our supervisor, and he's doing this job, whatever, and this is the contact information for us if you want to reach us if you have any question. Carry as many documents as possible. If they request them, you'll be able to do that, to submit that one. There is other video I'll be talking about the interview experience itself. How is it? How many minutes? What questions can you be able to expect? But remember, in this particular situation, failure to have those documentations, let's say you said you have bachelor degree and you don't have the transcript. When you go to the interview, they can deny you the visa or tell you go and bring more evidences. If they deny you for this particular visa, you are allowed to submit proof of anything else. They allow you, different from other like non-immigrant visa. Like if you're a student, you are denied, you are not allowed to request for further review. So don't wait for until you get all extra stress. Make sure that you have every document required. So that is something important. So I'm going to read some few things. Okay, so after winning, number one thing, complete the DSC 260 visa, immigrant visa application online. That's number one. Remember, in the DSC 260, you have to put the following information. Among other things, there will be education, marital status, number of children, and also the work experience. The documents they need: passport, birth certificate, if you are married, marriage certificate, or divorce certificate, all those kind of things. They need them to do those kind of things. If there is any change of your name, spelling, anything, you need to have letters from the lawyer to reflect those kind of things. If you have a child who is adopted, you need to have a court documentation. If you go to the interview, you need to have a photography, evidence of education, evidence of work experience, police clearance.